What's up? Welcome everybody to Full Press after the game with your man Gamecock Chuck. Hopefully, here in a few minutes, my main man Ronald, my main man Jordan Dealmaker will be on to talk some Gamecock basketball. We're going to talk a little bit about the big victory today for the Gamecocks as they knocked off Mississippi State 68-62. Hopefully, here in a second he'll be in, and looks like he is joining me now. So we're going to talk about the game today and what we thought about it, and just give our synopsis and breakdown of it. So hold on one second. Let me bring him on in to the show. What's going on, Jordan? How you doing?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good, good. How's the sound?
It sounds perfect to me on my end.
All right, all right. Yeah, like I said, we're just gonna talk a little bit about the game, break it down. Uh, Gonna try to hopefully every Saturday after the Gamecocks men's basketball game, I want to try to do one of these. I think I'm gonna try to put one together, about a 30-45 minute show, just break down the game and talk about the next upcoming game as well. So how's your Saturday been, buddy?
Man, it's been awesome. The Gamecock South Carolina basketball is back, and I am loving it.
Oh heck yeah, me too, man. It is it's so good. Like we talked earlier today, man. It's so good to see a team um that's full of transfer portal guys that has bought into what Coach Paris is doing and
Absolutely.
doing good things out on the court. I know we made, like we talked earlier, we have a lack of inside presence in the paint as far as offensively. What's your take on that?
Well, I mean, I agree 100%. I think our biggest struggles, number one, all right, let's start with the positives. Um, I thought our defense actually played a well of a game.
Yeah,
Now, we did get called for some ticky-tack fouls, but you know what? So did Mississippi State. So, that kind of goes both ways. But defensively, at first, you and I were communicating back and forth. I was a little bit perturbed, and you were too. I'm like, how are you that big and you can stop that? But
yeah,
as the game progressed, our defense got stronger. Our offense wasn't scoring at the caliber and the rate they normally do, but they were actually driving the ball into the paint. But I think our deficiency is protecting the paint on the defensive side. Um, that's my opinion of it.
oh yeah. In the post game, Lamont said that he prides himself on defense. This team being a very good defensive team, and he
Uh-huh.
said he got out of sorts a little bit, but they got it back together. To
And
start the game, we were struggling. We were struggling, couldn't get the ball inside, wasn't taking good quality shots, turning the ball over, just being sloppy with the ball overall. And once we settled down, I think we got back to playing Coach Paris's style of basketball.
yeah,
So
one thing I saw, Chuck, I don't know if you picked up on this, is that we had a bunch of wide open threes that the guys actually pulled back,
yeah,
and that I really was going like, man, you should have shot it. But I believe the game plan was right to pull it back and to start driving the ball.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I mean the first drive when Michi had a wide open three, I was like, shoot it, but he didn't. He pulled it down, but it didn't result in anything. But it showed that they were being a little more aggressive, trying to get the ball into paint. So I, at the same time, I wanted him to shoot it, but when you're shooting 23, 24, 25 threes a game and not hitting a lot of them, because I think we averaged like what, 9 a game. I think that's what they said,
On
so,
average. Yeah.
on average, somewhere around there. So
Right.
at the same time, you want them to hit them threes if they're wide open, but at the same time, you also want them to try to get into paint because that's where
Right.
you're supposed to get a lot of your easy points, into paint. If you
Oh,
got an
that's right.
aggressive, if you got an aggressive player down low that can actually make the easy shots, that's what you want to do. You don't want to take too many three balls because you don't want to live and die by the three, and
No,
that's what I think this team does a lot of.
and you and I have discussed that before, and that's what I was scared of. If South Carolina's on when they're hitting threes, if they're on, I mean, we can score 100 points very easily.
Oh yeah,
But we can't live and die by the three. I mean, there's no way to do it.
Yeah, we shot 35% from the 3-point line today.
Yeah, I'm
Not
looking at
good.
it.
Huh?
I said I'm looking at it too. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, about 35%, making 8 out of 23. So statistically, no, you don't want to see that. But that's why we're missing that big guy inside. If we had that big guy inside, we wouldn't have to take 23 3-pointers. And that's my assessment of it.
No, I agree. You know, the outstanding player of the game was obviously BJ Mack. 6 rebounds, 5 points. You got to bring up Michi Johnson, 6 rebounds, 24 points. Davis, 4 rebounds, 9 points. You know, it was just Studi. Oh, I forgot Studi. Studi, I think, was 6 rebounds, 15 points. 15 points, I think. But you know what I'm seeing here is a confident team.
Yeah.
And you said it better than anyone. The team when their back was against the wall where normally they would collapse, they came out stronger.
Yeah.
I mean, they are fighters.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. I mean, that's what we want.
Yeah, an older Gamecock team, a team like last year, not taking away anything from last year's team. It is what it is. You know, it was Lamont's first year, and everybody knew there was going to be a lot of growing pains, a lot of letdown in that team last year. But a team like last year, or even in the previous year under the previous administration or coaching staff, it would have crumbled. There's no way we would have won that game. And you and I mean, you watch basketball about as much as I do, and I can attest to that. I've seen it. I've been through it. I've lived through it just like you. I've seen these teams just crumble when it starts getting hard. This team seems like they love adversity. They love facing adversity, and they take it on head on, and they make the adjustment. And that's the good thing about Coach Paris. He's a damn good in-game changing up, making the changes. You know, he's that kind of coach.
He is. And, you know, he's not really a stats coach. He's more of I'm not worried about one individual. I'm worried about the team and how we all operate cohesiveness together. And I respect the heck out of that. But I want to give credit where credit's due here. You watched the game today as well. Gamecock fans, Colonial Life Arena was rocking.
Yeah.
And I just wish I'd have been there.
Yeah, I wish I would have too. We had a pretty good crowd. I would like for a lot of people say that our arena's built wrong. It's not a very good basketball arena. That's what I've heard. I've heard that. And I don't think I think the way it's built, the setup of it, I think if it was built a little better, I think we could pack it better. That's just what I've heard. I mean, not get me wrong. We had a good crowd today. Don't get me wrong, but it could be better.
Okay.
And with him winning and bringing this his style of basketball and changing the culture at Columbia, it's going to continue to grow, no doubt.
Well, talking about the arena, in my personal opinion, I love Colonial Life Arena. Obviously, I have season tickets there. Might be one reason why, but in the lower bowl, it is normally for men's basketball in years past. It would be, I'd say, 3/4, let's say 85% full. The upper you can't see because when you're in the lower bowl from the lights, because the lights are actually coming off the upper pointing down, you can't see past the lights to see what's in the upper bowl.
Yeah.
But it looked to me like there was a pretty daggone good. I would say that was probably a 70 to 75% crowd in Colonial Life today, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. The whole the way it's set up, I think that's what they're talking about. The way the scoreboard kind of hangs down, the way the lighting kind of blocks the upper deck or the upper bowl. I think that's what a lot of people are complaining about. I would like it to be a little more wide open, where you can actually see some more lights up there. You don't know who's up there. You don't know what's going on up there. I sit up there at the very top. I know how dark it is up there. Aesthetically, I'd just like to see it look little better, a little more open, I guess. But that's a small complaint.
We gonna fix that. You're gonna be 7 rows up with me this year.
What's up, Mr. Todd? How you doing today?
Hey, Mr. Todd, how you doing, buddy?
But yeah, it was a good win. The paint points. That's what I want to touch on. Like I texted you earlier, man. I don't see how we got a couple bigs down low that cannot seem. And Lamont hit on this the other day. He put I guess there was a post out. I don't know if you saw it or not, talking about Josh Gray and why he hasn't played a whole lot. And I mean, I'm trying to wrap my mind around why we got so many bigs on the roster that seem awkward. They seem awkwardly playing down low in the paint.
And they do, and I can't figure it out either, Chuck. I don't know. I'm hoping you can give me an answer to it because I can't figure it out.
I've been wrapping my mind around that for the last, at least 3 years now, 4 years. I mean, we got Josh Gray has been there, what, 3 years?
3, I think. Yeah.
I think 3 years, and he is doing no more than what he's doing on the roster right now. I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's a big body down low, but his production just not matches his size to me, and to me that's concerning.
It is.
I mean, luckily we got some outside perimeter shooting with Michi and Talon Cooper that can hit some. BJ Mack can hit the 3. Studi can hit the 3. Ugasuk can actually hit the 3. I didn't know he was that kind of shooter, or Ugusic, or however you say his name.
You said it good as I could.
Yeah, I mean, I hate butchering people's names, especially when I'm doing stuff like this. But I mean, we got the outside shooting to kind of mask that, and that's what worries me about this team going forward. That was the concern for me. That was the concern last year for the women's basketball team. We had really no outside threat. Raven Johnson. I don't want to get on the women's topic, but just to kind of mirror them together, Raven Johnson's a good shooter last year, but she wasn't consistent from the 3.
Right.
We had the inside presence for the women. We had the opposite this year for the men.
Correct.
What's your take on that? I mean,
no, you're 100% right. We have the 3 ball. The 3 is there.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a broken record. My biggest concern is the paint. You know, and we showed that we can drive the paint and score. We can drive the paint and score.
Yeah.
I would like better rebounding, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I would like less turnovers in passing lanes. You know, we turned the ball over in the first half. We turned the ball over, I think, 6 times by just pure hands in the passing lane. And I was like, what in the world? This is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, we also had to give credit to Mississippi State though. Their defense is real stifling. It's partly their fault, but at the same time, we got to learn how to make better passes, better decisions, be more crisp with the passes, and just quit lazily throwing the ball around. You know, I think that's our biggest issue.
I agree. I agree 100%. And you hit the word right there, lazily. That's a perfect word because that's almost what it looked like. It's almost like spaghetti arming a pass. You know, it's like instead of firing it in there.
Yeah, instead of firing it to it like a chest pass, you actually just, all right, here, you take the ball. I mean, that's what I see sometimes. I'm not saying this team's lazy. Don't for everybody watching, and I thank you guys for tuning in, but don't take it the wrong way like I'm being negative about it. It's just at times it seems like the pass seems lazy, is what I'm trying to say. But getting back to the paint, I mean, we got Josh Gray, we got Bozeman Verdonk, we got BJ Mack, that's what, 6'8"?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, he can hit the 3. I love his range. But why is he not being more dominant down in the paint is my question.
Well, he doesn't spend a lot of time down there, and I can't figure that out. He's there, but he's not there. He goes out to the wings instead of it being right there close, and next thing you know, somebody blows right by him. I mean, that big, you can't move but so fast, right?
Oh, yeah.
And next thing you know, it's just an easy layup. And I'm like, why did that just happen?
Yeah. And Yeah, and you also got Stephen Clark that plays down low as well. So I mean, I don't think we're getting the. I don't think we're getting a good balance of production from our bigs down low.
I mean, I agree, and that's going to be somebody's going to expose it. But that's growing pains with the team, I believe. That's why we have a head coach, and he's done good so far. And he'll figure this thing out, and he will train them up to make the right decisions and the right moves. I've got all faith in him right now. I have no reason not to.
Oh yeah,
and I truly believe. And listen, guys, we might not win, but half of our SEC games from here on out. But I don't believe that. Okay, I saw a grit in this team that I haven't seen in years.
oh yeah,
and that's what impresses me.
all right. You know who's really impressing me the last couple games I've watched is that freshman Colin Murray Boyles.
Murray Bolt.
Yeah, he's 6'7", about 230 forward. I mean, that guy, if he wouldn't have missed the first 5 games or the first, how many games he missed? The first,
I think he missed 6.
let's see, 7, 13.
I'd have to look at.
So he was 6 or 7. He missed like the first 7 games or whatever with mono. But that young man, he was a talk coming into the season as a freshman. Whenever they went over to what they go to Bermuda, down to Bermuda, I think it was, to play, or Bahamas or somewhere like that, to play in some kind of tournament or something, or play some international teams. But this young man, he was a talk coming into the season, and he's living up to that hype from what I've seen the last couple of games. He's slowly getting into the mix, and I think like I said, I think he's slowly getting his legs under him, getting up to speed with the team, gelling, meshing with the team, and I think he's going to be a phenomenal athlete at South Carolina. To me, that's one guy. When I look at the young kids or younger guys coming in, I think he impresses me the most out of all of them.
Yeah, I mean, and you're absolutely right. I think he played. I'm looking right now. I think he played 17 minutes today. Had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 8 points. Is that right?
Yeah.
And I mean, what in the world more can you ask for a freshman that only played 17 minutes in a ball game?
Yeah, that's efficient. That's efficient right there.
Exactly.
So, and that's what we need. If you're gonna get on the court, this is my outlook. This is my look on it. If you're gonna get out there and put in the work and effort and sweat and get out there and play, maximize it. Maximize your time. That's the only way you're gonna get more playing time. And I think this young man is on his way to doing that. And didn't he start the game? I think he started the game today, didn't he? I want to say he was in the starting lineup.
Was it? I would be lying. I don't know.
I thought I read that somewhere on. I was kind of doing some other things when it started, so I actually didn't see the tip off. But I think somebody said on Twitter or X or whatever that he was in the starting rotation. So
he was in. He wasn't on the court at the tip, but he was the first wave to come in. Yes, I believe it was Mack, Stute, Clark, Cooper, and Johnson that actually started the game.
Okay. Yeah, he is slowly working. I think he's slowly working himself into the starting rotation.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And Stephen Clark will probably be riding the pine probably here soon, go from here going forward, probably. That's just my opinion. I mean, I hate to say it like that. You know how this channel is. I'm blunt, honest. That's how it's going to be. So,
and I agree with you.
If anybody's tuning in that wants to hear sunshine pumping, you're in the wrong spot. I appreciate if you're stopping by, but this is not the place for you.
Well, man, thank you for having me on, and it's a great win. I think we've got a lot of uphill trajectory here with this team, with Lamont, Coach Paris, rather. I shouldn't call him by his first name, Coach Paris, and these guys. I have not been this excited. Now, take women's basketball out of it, okay? Because I'm always excited because they're always great. I haven't been this excited about one of our programs, South Carolina programs, in a long time as I was today. And at the end of the game, in the last 7 seconds, Michi got fouled twice. He made all 4 free throws. Just kind of put the game out of reach. But if we'd have lost the game, I really would still have the same feeling because there was no give up. That's the most important thing to me. There was no give up, and it was all the way to the last tick of the clock.
Yeah. Yeah, and touching on Michi, thank you, Mr. Todd, for the comment. Pretty good season so far. Half the SEC games may get us in. Yeah, I'd say if we win over about half or more, we should get in. Providing they all good quality wins and they're not the teams that you should. As long as we don't lose a team we should beat in the SEC. And there's some teams that we probably should be able to handle and we shouldn't lose to. So,
well, I made a video today, and you might agree or disagree, but listen. This could be a quad 1 win, y'all. We don't know yet what Mississippi State is going to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have a good season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their defense is stout.
Yeah. Stifling, yeah. So, yeah, Todd, I like Coach Paris as well. Like I said that before. I said that when he got hired. You know, his best decision when they hired him was bringing on, like we said the other night, Kerry Rich.
Yep.
Right? Kerry Rich. He is phenomenal. AAU, he's in the know, got all that stuff. He's going to bring in some talent. So just give him time. I like what he's done so far as a coach, and I see bigger things coming for the Gamecocks down the road. Look who here. What's up, Twisted Rooster? What's up, Rooster Man? What are you doing? You supposed to be in here with us. I sent you the link. I sent you the link, man. What are you doing? But yeah, I mean, going back to Michi, you know, you talked about him hitting clutch free throws down the stretch. Yeah, he was 9-11, 9-for-11 from the free throw line. You can't ask no better from that.
No. You and I were texting back and forth, and you know, I selfishly there was a reason why I wanted him to hit those free throws, but we're not going to discuss that on air.
No, not here. But
I mean, the ball didn't even hit the rim. I mean, he would just shoot every one of them.
Yeah. Statistically, for a collective, I mean, we didn't do good at the free throw line, 69%.
That's right.
18 or 26. But when we needed them, we hit them. And that's when it matters. I harp on that a lot about free throws because that is probably the most relaxed, wide open shot you ever going to take on a basketball court. It's not a fast break.
It is. And, you know, there were several things, in my opinion, happened in the game that could have changed the momentum from South Carolina, and it didn't. I'll give you one, for example. And let's don't even talk about the fouls. The referees, they wanted to be seen. They got to be somebody, so you know how that goes. But do you remember we were down, our shot clock was down to like a second and a half. We go up for a dunk, actually missed the dunk, did not get a foul call as he was slapped on the hands going in for the dunk. The ball bounces off the rim all the way over to the line. They called us for a shot block violation. As we recovered the ball and threw it to the top of the key, we hit a three-pointer, but yet it didn't count. Y'all, the teams in the past, that would have been detrimental.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Roy, correct about the starting lineup. Yeah, for some reason, I thought they said Murray Bowles was in the starting lineup, but he wasn't. So appreciate you checking this channel out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Anybody else that's joined in, make sure you do all that stuff. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, Todd, Gwen, thank goodness we were home. I mean, yeah, I guess home court advantage has, you know, something to do with victories and everything. You feed off the crowd and everything, but this is a team I think can go on the road and can pick up some wins this year, some good quality wins. We're gonna find out Tuesday night, actually.
That's right. I was about to say that.
As we head on the road to take on Alabama, so we'll find out Tuesday night for sure. And Alabama, I think they squeaked by Vanderbilt today, if I'm not mistaken. So, and I don't think Alabama's a necessarily a very good team. I wouldn't qualify them as a good team. They're 9-5 on the year. So I mean, I don't know. I have to check into Alabama a little bit. Before I make that video.
I've held back a little bit of my excitement this season. Now we've had some good wins. We've had Notre Dame. We've had a bunch of good ones. We lost at Little John up there in Cow Patty Town at Clemson, and that was a little disappointing. But I was holding back, watching the team, watching how good they were doing, in my opinion, and I was like, dang. Once we get an SEC play, where the mustard hits the bread, how are we going to do?
Yeah,
and they proved it. They proved it today.
Oh yeah, what's up, Rooster?
What y'all doing?
Hey,
Rooster. Man, we talking a little basketball, man.
I heard y'all.
Yeah, we just doing a little bit. Just Ronald, he hit me a while ago, wanted to do a quick live, so we talking a little bit about the game.
Yeah, Ronald got the YouTube fever, don't he?
Yeah, that. And I think he's been. I think he's had a little too much. I think he needs to mix in a couple waters.
Oh Lord! Don't follow up the Boston Biscuit man with the mix in the water.
Oh man, well, what was your thoughts on the game today? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I think we need to get better with late game free throws. For one thing, you if you don't get your free throws at the end, you ain't gonna close out many basketball games. You're always gonna give the other team a chance. That's one thing they struggle with. And there was some I don't know, some ghostly foul calls, like when what's his name, Tulolo or Tululu or whatever the hell they call it.
Tootie.
When he went to make that drive, and he actually lost control of the ball, but we got called for the foul. That was kind of a bullshit there. But
yeah,
other than that, overall, I like the energy they play with. They're gonna have to take that on the road and kind of keep that energy without that home crowd. So we'll see how they travel.
But that those ghostly calls, it actually went both ways, y'all. It really did. Yeah, they called a few on us, especially early in the game. I was like, seriously, why would you even call that? But they actually started calling some on Mississippi State too.
Yeah.
So I think that was just a product of the refs wanting to be seen and heard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, they've been bad for years in college basketball. Though. It ain't nothing new.
Well, no. I did text you during that, and I told you the refs are trying to get involved in this game, trying to make it about them a little bit towards the end.
You did.
They got a little ticky-tacky towards the end, but we was able to – the most important thing is we was able to battle through all of it, battle through the adversity, and play as a team and come out of there victorious. So that's the main thing in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna be tested Tuesday night, 7:00. So looking forward to that game. And hopefully we'll come out victorious that night too. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank y'all for having me on. I'm about to go eat some dinner. And anybody watching, please comment, like, and subscribe for Gamecock Chuck, Twisted Tailgate with Twisted Rooster, and I'm Jordan Dealmaker, and we appreciate the heck out of it.
Yes, sir. Like I said, I plan on doing this. I want to try to do this like every Saturday after the game. So hopefully we can come on here and do that.
You need to find us a name.
All right. I'll work on that. All right, man.
I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, man.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm about to do the same thing. I was eating dinner or getting ready to eat dinner. I was trying to put stuff together. That's why I didn't jump on earlier.
No, you good, man. You good. Ronald, like I said, Ronald hit me up like spur of the moment. Say, hey, anybody doing something? Let's do something on the game. Let's talk about the game. I'm talking about basketball. I was like, all right, let me talk to Mama Chuck. And so she's like, yeah, go ahead. You can do it for a little bit. So
yeah, you need to stay up a little post game, even if you don't stay on 15, 20 minutes or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I figured, about 30 minute, 30, 35, 40 minute show, just talk a little recap and everything. So
I know it's hard to do when they play those night games because what time you get off. But I mean, even if you just pop on yourself and throw out a little live show there for about 10, 15 minutes after the game. And get some people built up in your comment section, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, it was a good game today, so I'm excited. So ready for tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if everything lines up, I'll be on here tomorrow doing the women's game. So if anybody out there want to tune in tomorrow, like I said, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if I do go live tomorrow, y'all know it and y'all can pop in and be active in the chat. So
What time's the game tomorrow?
it's at 1:00.
Man.
1:00.
Well, they don't mind sticking the women's basketball games up against the NFL, do they?
No, they don't. I think that's what hinders a lot of views on women's basketball, but it is what it is. I'll be watching women's basketball. So
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
They got all these playoff scenarios and stuff going on with the NFL right now. So
Yeah.
even people that aren't huge NFL people, if they're a little bit of a fan of a team, but like us, Carolina Panthers, we don't have to worry about it.
Nah.
So it ain't no big deal. But yeah, I don't know why they do it. Yeah, I texted you guys that Brady Hunt thing. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm confused.
I don't know what that deal was. That was never mentioned or anything about him possibly coming back. Not even the insiders like the Gamecock Central boys and none of them. I don't think anybody knew until he posted he was in Columbia.
Yeah.
And Sean Beamer reposted it. I'm like, now that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that one I'm confused. I don't know. Because you texted me the other day and told me he was going to Texas A&M, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then all of a sudden you hit me up again, and I saw it on X or whatever, and I was like, can this guy make up his mind? I mean, what the world is going on?
Well, supposedly he was going to Texas A&M because I guess one of his former coaches or whatever that was at Ball State with him,
yeah,
got hired on the new staff at Texas A&M. And it came out the other day. They posted the picture, the whole thing. I think it was even him that did it, that said committed, and it was Texas A&M, which came from nowhere because we all saw on National Signing Day he had committed to South Carolina.
He signed his paperwork, didn't he?
I don't know if he signed any paperwork. I don't know the thing behind that. See, that's the deal with a transfer. I don't even know if paperwork means anything.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that either. I'd have to look into it. But yeah, that was kind of shocking. I'm glad the whole Daniel Hill thing is over with too.
Yeah, I know that's been out there for like weeks now that he wasn't going to come to South Carolina.
I'm just glad it's over with. We ain't got to worry about a whole bunch of people putting it all over social media.
Well, just looking at the transfers, should have been a dead giveaway that he wasn't coming.
Yeah, the transfers and what we got in the room already with Braswell and Juju. So,
yeah, and then you got Fuller coming in as your freshman. Plus you got Howell, who's basically going to be just like he'll be a sophomore. It'll be year 2 for him.
Yeah.
And then you got the 2 older guys to lead the room. But yeah, it should have been a dead giveaway when they filled up that running back room that they probably wasn't going to take another one.
Yeah.
And then I guess now with Bengali, we got our linebacker. We positioned ourselves to fill up to replace the 2 linebackers with some experience.
Some experience and some more versatile, athletic linebackers, actually.
Yeah, a little tall. To me, I think they're a little leaner type.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still good sized boys. They're both in, I think, the Bengali Kamara kid's like 230, 6'2", and then I think the other kid's like 6'3", 6'4", about 245, something like that.
Somewhere around there.
The Knight
kid. I can't keep them straight.
Yeah, I mean they look like they're a little more lean, more faster type linebackers. They'll probably edge rush them some, help out in that edge room. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many more scholarships he's got left.
Yeah, I know.
I know he took on a walk-on DB, which was I was like,
Yeah.
why are we taking another defensive back? But then they said he was a walk on.
Yeah, he's a preferred walk on. So yeah, not too much worried about him. I'm worried about the quarterback room and the scholarships we have available, and that's something I really don't know right off the top of my head.
Ain't gonna be Malachi Nelson. He committed to Boise
Boise
State.
State, yeah. I heard the other day he was leaning towards Boise State, so I wasn't too much, thinking he was going to be in the mix. So
no, I don't. I mean, at the point they're going to now, you might as well, with all these receivers that you're stacking in there and sticking in that wide receiver room, it almost makes me think they're leaning back to moving Doty back to quarterback.
Yeah, that probably makes sense right there.
And maybe go out and try to find another young guy or something. I don't know. I don't know what the thinking is, but I just ain't seen a whole lot of reports of quarterbacks coming in other than there was the rumors about Chandler Morris and Tate Rodemaker coming in, but hell, I ain't seen nothing whether they officially came in and visited or not.
Yeah, I ain't seen anything about a quarterback being on campus visiting. So we'll see though. Hopefully something come out soon. If not, I'm sure Beamer and company, hopefully they got it figured out behind the scene.
Well,
so
yeah, well, let me jump off of here. I'll go eat some dinner myself. And
all right, man. Appreciate you stopping by.
That's right. Tell everybody, hit that notification bell and that subscribe button over there. And do not forget and hit that thumbs up from my man Gamecock Chuck.
That's right.
And share the videos.
And make sure you guys go check out Twisted Tailgate Sports Network, Twisted Rooster on YouTube and X or whatever you want to call that platform. Go check him out. Does a lot of great Gamecock content every day. We do a show every Wednesday night at 8:00 talking football. We'll start talking some basketball, probably some baseball and all kind of stuff, anything related to Gamecock. So make sure you come sub him up, hit the notification bell, and join us on Wednesday night. Be active in the chat. So
yeah.
All right, man. I'll see you later, man. You have a good night. Good day at work tomorrow. Or no, you off tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
No, have a good Sunday, man.
All right, buddy. You have a good evening too.
You too. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like that's going to wrap it up for this edition, the first edition of Full Press After the Game with your man Gamecock Chuck. Like I said, we'll try to do this on Saturday after the Gamecocks men's basketball game. Have a couple guys on, like you just saw, Jordan Dealmaker, my man Twisted Rooster, talking a little breakdown of the game. So hopefully we can make this a regular Saturday evening night edition after the game, about 30 minutes after the game. So if you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you guys do all them things like share, comment, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to this channel. I would greatly appreciate each and every one of you out there that's tuning into this, broadcast, this live show. So I do appreciate you guys. And until the next one, y'all have a wonderful Saturday evening, and we look forward to seeing you guys down the road.